So, having got myself a new bike, I treated myself to some new lights because I've been using a couple of old Magic Shine lights on my mountain bikes that frankly are getting past it. They're the ones that have the big old external battery pack on them, and don't get me wrong, really nice lights, loads of light from them, but I find it a chore to find somewhere to put that battery pack on the bike. So anyway, I thought, seeing as I'd just bought a new bike and we're into the January sale season, it's probably a good time to think about lights. So I have treated myself to these two. It says, trying to get them both into shot. So what we've got there, these are both Bike Hut by Halfords. This is their 1600 lumen front light, and this is their 100 lumen with lasers backlight. And I'm going to review both of these for you. So the front light, I wanted something with a bit of power, and this seemed like a real no-brainer because I remember this is probably about as bright as the Magic Shine lights I've got, but it's got an integral battery. And I remember, God, back in the day, those Magic Shine lights must have cost me about 150 quid each or something like that. This, in their sale, was nearer to 50. And it's really nicely made. Nice sort of aluminium case on it. Feels like a chunky bit of kit in your hands. Comes with a couple of mounts. You've got either this like rubber bungee strap thing here, you know, the standard light mount sort of thing, or it will you do get an out front mount, so something you can put a Garmin on the top and then you put this upside down underneath as if you were mounting a GoPro or something like that. I'll show you that as part of this review, but to be honest with you, just forget about it. Just use that strap there, especially if you're going to swap this between bikes, because you have to screw this part of the mount into the light. And if you're thinking of like swapping the out front mount between bikes, it's a pain in the backside. And I'll be honest with you, the first time I tried it, it actually broke. So I'm not even going to think about that. A couple of nice features on this light. Firstly, you can tell how much charge you've got just by pressing that button on the top. And it's saying I've got at least 3 hours of charge. One thing to bear in mind with this light is these indicators on the top only go up to 3 hours. There are various modes on the light that will take it well beyond 3 hours, and what you find is if you're in one of the more economical modes, it will just stick to 3 hours until it starts creeping below 3 hours. So that's quite nice. You've got a mode button there to switch between the various lighting patterns. On the back you've got a full-size USB. I'm not going to pull that out, we'll pull that out, there you go. You've got full-size USB. Now this particular light you can double up as a power bank. So if you wanted to charge your phone or your Garmin or Christ knows what on the go, you can actually plug it in there and drain power from this battery to charge another device. I think that's a really nice little idea. And then you've got your charging port on the bottom. Now for both of these lights I have to say that they have got the deepest rubber bungs on their charging ports I've ever seen on a light. Let me just pull this out. This is making an absolute horror. Look at the depth of that. You know, that's some proper weatherproofing right there. The only thing that I find with that is it does make getting the charging cable in a little bit of a fiddle, especially if you've got sausage fingers like me, but it's a small price to pay for knowing that that is going to be fully watertight. So that's the front light. Excuse me. The back light is equally impressive, I think. He says trying to get it in shot. Backlight is equally impressive. You know, 100 lumens, that's probably enough for a backlight. Basic controls on the top. Press that and it tells you how much battery you've got. Basically, if that light stays steady, you've got tons of battery. If it's blinking, then you're getting a bit marginal. Press it and hold and the light comes on. Now, the party piece of this particular light are these two little ports on the bottom, which are lasers, which project lines onto the road, allegedly to give drivers a cue to pass you safely. I've got mixed thoughts about that, and I'll go into it when I start testing the lights outside so you can see how bright they are. But other than that, I've been using this for a week or so, and pretty much like this front light, I think the battery life on both of these is incredible. If you pick the right mode, that is. I mean, the front light, if you put that on the full 1600 lumens, it will be flat in an hour. But pick the right mode, you've got plenty of light to see by, and it will just go on and on and on. And it seems to be the same with the backlight as well. That thing, I've been using it for a week, just on one charge. And again, pretty much like the front light, you've got that incredibly deep plug to stop water getting into it. So that in a nutshell is both of those lights. I think what would be really useful is I'll take them outside in the dark and show you what sort of light you get out of them.